Battlefield 2042 is a bad game. Or a bad Battlefield game. That's the first time I revived somebody this entire time. I mean, and I'm not even talking about the connection issues, the glitches, the frame rate issues. At least I think there's frame rate issues. I have everything on medium settings, 1080p. I had to scale down because I have a 1440p monitor. I scaled it down to 1080p because I know that's what most games or most people use. And when I have a new game, that's what I like to bring it down to as a starting point. So I just kept it. I keep it like this usually, unless if it I think my computer can handle it. And I don't have the most up-to-date. Hardware. I have a RTX 2070 and a Ryzen 7 2700X, which those two are. Gosh, when did the 2070 even come out now? It's only last gens, but it took so long for the 3000 series to come out. It's probably like almost 3 years old now, but it's still last gen. I mean, 2070 is still no slouch, especially in today's environment where getting a graphics card for MSRP is next to impossible. Oh, they reworked the class system from the previous games so much that I don't even know who. I don't even think you could even call them a class anymore. Here, let me redeploy. Yeah, I do not get revived at all in this game. Like, what even, like, there's the specialist, this was kind of confusing at first, but this guy has the grapple hook. This also just seems like it's gonna be very microtransaction focused, the way this stuff is set up. It's set up not even for, like, I feel gameplay, but just to sell more things to the consumer. So I have this healing person, because I usually like to do the healing, but then you have, that's it. I mean, you can, let's see, assault package, let's switch to engineer. I mean, you have the same throwable grenades regardless of the package, because it's just a package. I guess it's just like a class, like Call of Duty Class 1, Class 2, create a Class 3. You can choose any grenade. So, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, you can literally do any. There's no class. The only thing you're really selecting is the specialist, which, I mean, what do they have right now? They have this syringe thing to aim at people far away. I can't even to heal people from ranged heal, to heal people from a distance, which I can't even tell people's health. Like, there's no little health bar. Maybe if you have this class. Oh my goodness. Maybe if this health class, it should give you like a little bar of people that need it. That's something they could add too, but I mean, that's also gameplay wise, that's not a beta thing. I gotta keep reiterating the fact that this is, oh, maybe beta, because that's what people are gonna say. That, oh, don't worry, they'll get, oh, I'm getting revived. Yes. There's also no chat feature. Like, I can't even say thank you for that. So yeah, no classes. I can't tell who needs health. The teamwork doesn't seem to be there. I don't know who can give me ammo. You know, in the previous games, it would have the classes like displayed for everyone. Like, oh, this person's the engineer, this person's the support, this person's the medic, person's the recon. This game doesn't really have that. And I mean, that seems, when it comes to the beta, I mean, this game comes out next month. So everything should already be set in stone. And the only things they should be working on is the connection issues and the server issues. All this other gameplay stuff should be, like, the sensitivity, I think that should already be taken care of, especially because this game was supposed to originally be released this month in October. I'll show the map, because for some reason there's no map. So these 2 points, these 2 points are good, because there's always a battle of attrition if one team has C1 and then the other team has C2.
Only a few sectors remain
There's always something going on up here, and that could be fun too. But when it comes to Alpha 1 and Foxtrot 1, or whatever the heck these things are called, there's just so much, there's not really much that goes on there. If you're going to go capture this, you're pretty much going to be by yourself. And also, like, all this stuff that's, like, look at it, all this stuff over here. All this stuff over here, all this stuff over here. I mean, I know these are the starting points. There's just so much empty, wasted space. And, unpopular opinion, I mean, I've been playing Battlefield since well, I started with Bad Company 2, but I didn't really play that in its heyday. So Battlefield 3 was like my first main Battlefield back in like 2011, 2012 that I really got into, and I really played, enjoyed, and everything. And with all that experience, I actually never really liked Conquest, and I know that's like a sin to say, because that's the main Battlefield game mode, but it's just, I don't know, it was always just so much empty time. I mean, I wouldn't have, like, maybe if I always had like the squad. Oh, I'm so terrible. If I always played with a squad, I'd be able to have more fun in it. But it's just like there's just too many points. The map's so big. Maybe this will be better because there's just finally more than 64 players on the map. But Rush was always my thing, which I guess makes sense because Battlefield 3's main game mode was Rush with like Operation Metro and all that. That's probably where I got my bias for Rush instead of Conquest. I mean, but I always did love my Caspian border Conquest and stuff like that. So, I mean, I didn't completely dislike Conquest. And then there's just so much stuff missing that I couldn't put my finger on until I watched this video on Reddit, and it shows pretty much everything. Like, there's no leaning. If you stand next to a wall like this, you should be able to lean. That's been a thing since, I'm pretty sure Battlefield 4 was the first game that introduced that. And they took it out on this. I thought I just wasn't doing it right at first, but no, they took that out. A bunch of the animations, like, they took out from Battlefield 5. Battlefield 5 might be like, might have a bad rep, but honestly, this game makes me miss Battlefield 5, which is kind of odd. So bring back essentially Battlefield 4, Battlefield 3, because they're all very similar, those two games. Bring in the features, like I said, from Battlefield 5, and then you got this game. But that's not what this is. It feels like it's just made by like somebody completely different. It's like it's not the same DICE team. And these are gameplay flaws. Of course, this is all opinionated, but these are, in my eyes, these are gameplay flaws. This is not something that can just get fixed from the full release. Like, I'm assuming that this game's gonna be working. That's assuming that this game's gonna be working completely flawlessly on launch day. Which, I mean, if it's anything, if this beta has anything to go off of, they only have a month to fix all these glaring issues when it comes to connectivity issues, when it comes to glitches. The presentation's just not there either. Like, this game was supposed to come out this month, and look at that. Oh wait, that is such a weird animation. What is this? I thought that was just a glitched door. No, it's like an automatic door. Looks weird. Pretty sure this game is gonna be broken. You can't trust EA with the shit. EA DICE, whatever you want to call it, whoever's fault it is. I'm pretty sure it's EA. I mean, I don't. It seems like they're the same thing. EA and DICE go together like peanut butter and jelly with brokenness. Well, it's gotta be EA. They're the publisher. I mean, they get the final say. Even if DICE doesn't care, EA's since EA is the publisher in charge of DICE, the developer, they should still be able to say, "Oh, you think this game is ready? Well, it's not ready, so we're delaying it. You better fix it." It's always the leadership's fault. All right. Important to know that. Is this gonna be in working order when it comes out? Probably not. And even if it is, it's just mediocre, really, compared to other Battlefield games. Map is like their showcase map, like the map that they want everybody to like get hyped over. Orbital. is just disappointing. This isn't no Siege of Shanghai. It's disappointing. The class systems. What the? What was that? The class system's all messed up, dude. The class system's messed up because there is no class system. There's no teamwork. There's no chat. Those are features, not beta issues. Yeah, there's a lot of things that I mean they can switch up with updates and stuff, but that's giving DICE and EA so much credit if you think they're just gonna start fixing shit that you want, that the community would want them to. Like we're talking about ICE. We're talking about EA and DICE. EA. You're hoping for EA to do what the fans want them to do. That's how you get disappointed. I mean, Battlefield 4. When that game came out, it wasn't working for like a whole 6 months. Yeah, it wasn't working for like a whole ass 6 months. I mean, but when they fixed it, it is seen as the best game, but the gameplay did not change. The gameplay was always there. They fixed the game from being broken. This game's a little broken, and the gameplay is kind of just like whatever. So, who knows? Maybe I'm just a complainer. That could also very well be a thing. So everybody seems to be enjoying this. So. I also think people are just hyping it up for no reason.